Welcome back, everybody. I'm here at Animal Kingdom to try Disney's newest Skip the Line system, Lightning Lane Multipass. This is my third time using this system with an entire day at Magic Kingdom and a park hopping day between EPCOT and Disney's Hollywood Studios under my belt. But do you need it for Animal Kingdom? Is it worth the cost of Lightning Lane Multipass? Why don't you guys come along? Let's go make some memories together. But before we jump into this video, if you guys want a full breakdown of Lightning Lane Multipass and how to use it, I definitely recommend checking out my Magic Kingdom video where I go into greater detail of the system. But here's some quick info just for today. Lightning Lane Multipass, like Genie Plus, is a paid service that fluctuates in price based on park and time of year. Animal Kingdom is the least expensive park to purchase the service for. I ended up paying $17 today to use it. Now, typically, Lightning Lane Multipass works in a tier system. Your tier 1 is going to be your very popular attractions, and your tier 2 is going to be your less popular attractions. And that's the case at every single park except for Animal Kingdom, where there are no tier systems. Everything is on the same level here. One of the best perks of Lightning Lane is for those staying at a Disney Resort hotel. They get to book their selections 7 days in advance and then 14 days out from that start date. Compare that to only a 3-day head start a typical day guest, like myself, gets. That's a huge advantage in securing those popular and hard to get attractions. So 7 a.m. 3 days ago, I got on the app, made my initial selections for the day, and then over the course of those 3 days, I was able to modify to best fit today's itinerary. Now, there are only 9 attractions here at Animal Kingdom that use Lightning Lane Multipass, and I think a pretty fair goal is to try and complete all 9 of those attractions just using the system. But the question is, do you really need it? Or is it something that you can skip on to save just a little bit more on your vacation? And to keep things simple, I won't be purchasing Lightning Lane Single Pass, which is the individual purchase per attraction. So that means no Avatar Flight of Passage for me today. Now, I am starting my day with Kilimanjaro Safaris, Kali River Rapids, and Navi River Journey, which is, I think, a pretty solid start for the day. Now, you guys will notice my Lightning Lanes for Kilimanjaro Safaris and Kali River Rapids actually overlap by about 30 minutes, and that's actually something I recommend doing. I like squeezing my Lightning Lanes very close together. That way, as soon as I redeem my first one, I can just keep stacking and stacking and stacking. Just make sure you guys are using them in sequential order. The last thing you want is a Lightning Lane to cancel on you, so it's okay to have them overlap. Just again, use them in order. Now, if you guys are running late and happen to miss your Lightning Lane, show up to your attraction anyways and attempt to scan in. Let the cast member know your situation, whether it was transportation, you lost track of time, you had conflicting schedules. Just remember to be nice and be kind and be patient. Being nice can get you very, very far in Disney World. Unfortunately, if you are turned away, you are turned away. But again, show up, be kind, be patient, and remember, we're all here to have a great day. Looks like Kilimanjaro Safaris is currently at a 15-minute wait, which is not a bad start to the morning, but we're gonna go over here to the right and head over towards Lightning Lane and redeem our first one. Scan in. Now, before we even jump on the attraction, because we've scanned in, we can now select our next Lightning Lane. Kilimanjaro Safaris is only a single tap today, which means that once I did that first tap, that means I've officially been on the attraction. Some attractions will have 2 taps, one at the front and then one at the end, and that's to prevent line jumpers in longer or darker queues. So that's not the case today. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into our tip board, and we are going to select our next thing for the day, because you always wanna make sure you have 3 at any given point. All right, taking a look here, we still have Kali River Rapids in just a few minutes, and then I have Navi River Journey, I think around 10:40. I could be wrong on the time. I'll double check later. But because I have Kali River Rapids next, that's so hard for me to say today. I'm so sorry. Kali River Rapids. Because I have that next, I'm actually going to select Everest. 9:35, that's actually perfect for me. So we'll go ahead and secure that. And now I have Kali River Rapids, which is in just a few minutes. As soon as I get off here, I'm gonna run right over there. Then I have Everest and then Navi River at 10:40. So even between Everest at 9:30 and 10:40, I can squeeze in more Lightning Lanes, and that's what I'm gonna attempt to do, is just get as many in here as I possibly can in a short amount of time. If you're wanting to park up with Lightning Lane, now's your chance to do it. Once you use your initial Lightning Lane in your first park, that unlocks all the other parks for you as long as you have a valid park hopper ticket. A lot of people see Animal Kingdom as a half-day park, so this would be a great park to start your day in, and then later on, park hopping over to Magic Kingdom or Hollywood Studios and continuing to use Lightning Lanes over there. Just remember, you can't make future Lightning Lanes until your current ones are redeemed. So if you make a 5 p.m. Big Thunder Mountain over at Magic Kingdom, you can't make an additional one until that one is either used or modified to something sooner. And as a reminder, you can only use lightning lanes once per attraction. So if you want to enjoy Kilimanjaro Safaris again and you've already used a lightning lane for it, you have to use standby. In my experience, I have seen that there are later times available for the same attraction. However, when you click it again, it will tell me that I have already experienced this. So lightning lanes for one experience, standby for repeats. Kilimanjaro Safaris check, and our first lightning lane done of the day. I think that's a very good use of a lightning lane. Yes, the wait time was only 15, which I only ended up waiting about 5 minutes anyways, but the safari is a great way to start your day because it's when the animals are gonna be the most active, at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day. This wasn't the most active safari I had in general, but I did get to see the baby elephant finally. It's been so many months. I've been trying to see the baby elephant and the 2 new baby zebras. Oh, so cute. Now my next lightning lane is gonna be over at Kali River Rapids, which is not my first pick. I don't like water attractions, I don't like being wet. However, this is one of the attractions that goes away very, very quickly. It easily gets gobbled up very early in the day, so I try to secure it as early as possible. During the summer months, it can become incredibly busy because of how hot it is. So normally I would say not a great use of a lightning lane, especially if you don't like getting wet, but it can see waits up to an hour just because people wanna cool off. All right, Kali River at 8:15. So again, kind of like Safari, not a real big use right now. And the lightning lane is actually gonna be around the corner. So we're gonna go all the way this way towards the exit. Probably the strangest lightning lane line I've seen. All right, so the cast member said it was only a single tap for Kali River. So we're gonna go ahead and select our next lightning lane. I'm gonna go and secure the 1 o'clock Feather Friends in Flight. It's not a lightning lane you necessarily need. It's a pretty easy show to get into. However, because it is a show with real animals who have real needs, the shows don't last all day. So I went ahead and secured that for the 1 o'clock showing. I think the last one's at 3, so very, very short window. And I wanna make sure that I can at least see that show to complete our challenge today. Well, we did it. Way more soaked than I could have ever imagined because there was nothing but children on the other side of my raft. So all the weight was with the adults. Fun times. I don't think this poncho did me very much good, so, well. Anyways, pretty decent use of a lightning lane, if I'm gonna be honest, especially during the summer months. Right now, at 9:30 in the morning, probably not the best because I only really wait about 5 minutes, but there's already a pretty decent queue building. I would say if you want to get this lightning lane, get it early, maybe modify it for later in the afternoon when it's genuinely going to be hot out. That way it's worth your time of getting and using. I intentionally picked Expedition Everest as my next lightning lane in the hopes it would be my method of drawing off from Kali River Rapids. Expedition Everest is one of my favorite attractions on the entire property. I think it is one of the most intense coasters that Disney has. And I think it's a wonderful use of a lightning lane with a caveat. Expedition Everest actually has one of the most efficient single rider lines. Now, if you do choose to use single rider line, you and your party will be split up, so your friends and family will likely ride separate. However, if you're trying to ride the attraction as quickly as possible, you can usually shave off a good chunk of time by using single rider. But if you guys are intent on riding with each other, I think this is a great lightning lane to secure for any point of the day. And then you guys can use single rider again later if anybody wants to do a repeat ride. All right, we are currently at a 25, which is not too bad. All right, like clockwork, we're gonna pull over to the side because it's only a single tap. It means it's time to pick our next selection. It is about 10:30. Dinosaur's at 10:40, but I do have the Navi River at 10:40. I could do both because I can squeeze both those in the next hour. I still have Feather Friends in Flight for 1 o'clock. Let's actually go ahead and secure that Dinosaur for 10:40, and we'll just make that our next attraction. All right, let's go dry off on Everest. Well, I'm not 100% dry, but I think it's about as dry as I'm gonna be for the rest of the day with the humidity. Very successful ride on Expedition Everest, only waited about 5 minutes as opposed to the 25. Now again, I think this is a great lightning lane to use if you guys are in a group and you guys are all wanting to ride together. But again, if you're willing to split up or if you're a single rider like myself, using that single rider line is often quicker. I maybe shaved off an extra minute or two doing a lightning lane rather than waiting single. Now my next lightning lane is going to be Dinosaur. Dinosaur's kind of an anomaly right now. If you guys have been keeping up with Disney Parks news, they have announced that at some point in the near future, Dinosaur and all of Dino Land will be closing to make room for a Tropical America's Land. That's set to open around 2027. So right now, Dinosaur is not a fantastic use of a lightning lane, no matter how much I love the attraction. However, once they announce the full closure of this land, anticipate making that one of your highest priorities, if that's an attraction you want to do, because that will be one of the first to go. All right, we are looking at a 20-minute wait. All right, let's go check for our next lightning lane. It's only a single tap for this one. I might go ahead and secure the Nemo for 11:30. What does Festival of the Lion King look like? Also 11:30. Let's go ahead and secure Festival of the Lion King. I think that's the one show that absolutely you should be using it for. And we'll talk more about return times for shows later, because those are different than the hour return time for regular attractions. All right, we're all set. Let's go help Dr. Seeker. All right, Dinosaur check, which means we are a little less than halfway through our list for the day. I only waited about a couple minutes to get into the attraction as opposed to a 20, so not a huge deal. But again, as we get towards the end of this attraction being here, it's gonna be more popular, the lightning lanes are gonna go faster, the wait times are gonna be higher. So definitely pay attention to parks news when things are happening, when things are changing, because the last thing you wanna do if you wanna experience this attraction one last time is to not be able to ride it. So right now in this very moment, not fantastic, but as it gets towards the end, prioritize it. Well, that means we're headed to our next attraction, and that is Navi River Journey. Now, this isn't going to be the most exciting attraction, but because it's in the same land as Flight of Passage, the most popular attraction, it's going to absorb those crowds. So in making your initial lightning lane selections, prioritize this one first. Even if you get a far out time, secure it and adjust it throughout the day. People will cancel and modify attractions all the time, so even if that initial time you get isn't what you want, just keep checking throughout the day and hopefully you'll get what you're wanting. Ooh, yeah, look at that, 55. That is very, very high. Is it a single tap or a double? Double. Double, okay. So I can't make my next lightning lane until we get to the very, very end. And again, that's just because it's for very popular attractions, ones with long queues, one with dark queues. Unfortunately, people are dishonest and will skip lines and jump lines and whatever. Don't be those people. But unfortunately, people like me who are honest have to pay for that. And now we have to wait till the very, very end, and then we can make our next one. Right now, we have Feather Friends in flight for 1 o'clock, so an hour and a half from now. Festival of the Lion King at 2:30. So nothing between 11:30 and 1. I did have to change my Lion King because that would be right now, and I just wouldn't have made that. I'm cramming too much at the beginning of the day, which is starting to work against me a little bit. But again, you can modify as long as it's available. Let's go and make It's Tough to Be a Bug our next one. It's at 11:40, so it's about 10 minutes, and that's a pretty short show. And I think that's a pretty good buffer between our bigger shows. So right now I have 11:40 Tough to Be a Bug, Feather Friends in flight at 1 o'clock, and Festival of the Lion King at 2:30, and then after that it's just the Finding Nemo musical, and then we're done for the day. This has been really easy so far. All right, we need to talk. This is a PSA. I get you are so very excited to be at Walt Disney World. You have spent countless hours planning, countless dollars you've spent, countless miles you have traveled to be on this vacation. However, when you're on the attraction, I get you're trying to record and take photos and make memories so you can share them with your friends and family back home or remember them for a lifetime, but turn off your flash. I should not be in a dark ride where I'm supposed to be enjoying the ambiance of the natural surroundings and the blaring light is happening from behind me. And your pictures will look better without your flash, especially in a dark location like that. Just turn off your flash, please. PSA over. All right, Navi River Journey, again, a priority use for lightning lanes. That should be the first one you go after. 55 minutes has been our highest wait today. Only took us about 7 minutes to get on, so that is a huge time saver. So after that, we only have 4 attractions left on Lightning Lane, and they're actually all shows. We've done all of the rides that are here in this park. Now, you'll notice here with Feather Friends in Flight and Festival of the Lion King, they are set time periods. They are not constantly moving things like rides are. They are set times for performers and animals to come on stage and perform for you. So my Feather Friends in Flight is going to be from 1 to 1:30, so that's the only window I have right there for that show time to start at 1:30. And then my Festival of the Lion King is from 2:30 to 2:50 for a 3 o'clock show time. So you're going to want to arrive early to get into the theater, to get comfortable and everything before that show starts. Now, I really don't think shows are a huge need for this park. You can get into the shows pretty easily, with the exception of Festival of the Lion King. That one is not a very large theater, and it's the most popular show. So if you're not using Lightning Lane, definitely arrive very, very early for it. But if you have Lightning Lane, this is a great use of it, because I have been in lines or have seen lines where they cut it off, where they said, hey, our theater's full, you'll have to catch the next showing. And that's in an hour from then. So if seeing the show is a priority for you, which it should be, get a Lightning Lane for it. Anyways, we've got to catch up with Flick and Friends. Let's go over to the Tree of Life. 10-minute wait, that is very average for this attraction. All right, well, it is time to grab our 9th and final Lightning Lane of the day. Let's go ahead and grab the Finding Nemo musical, The Big Blue and Beyond. 12:30 is the next show time. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and secure the 2 o'clock. We're close enough to it. Now, don't get me wrong. I love It's Tough to Be a Bug. It's a very nostalgic attraction for me. However, it's not a great use of a Lightning Lane. It should probably be at the bottom of your list. Similar to Dinosaur and all of Dino Land, this show is actually going to be going away in the near future. They said by winter 2025, so I would assume the holiday season, we're gonna have a brand new show in this theater based on Zootopia. Zootopia Better Zoogether. So kind of like Dinosaur, I could see this one ramping up in popularity as it reaches the end of its life. Right now, it's not gonna be a great use of a Lightning Lane. You know, core memories are made at that show. You've not had the true Animal Kingdom experience unless you've left that show crying as a child. Either way, don't think it's a great use of a Lightning Lane. I walked right into the normal line. It saved me 0 minutes. It was more of a wait to wait for the doors to open for the entire crowd to go in than it was to save on the actual show. But again, kind of like with Dinosaur, as this show reaches its finale, which I could see closing down early next year to make room for holiday season of the same year, I could see it starting to ramp up and be a bit more popular. So again, right now, totally not worth it. Maybe worth it later on. I went ahead and bumped up my Nemo musical to right now since I have enough time to get over there. Now, of all the shows, I think this is the one you need to prioritize Lightning Lane the least for. It's a very, very large theater that holds a lot of people. I have walked up like absolute last minute and secured a spot up front. Lightning Lane will get you a priority seating, but you may not necessarily need it. That is a vastly underrated show and my personal favorite one here at this park. I think the music is so catchy and is just wonderful to sit through every single time. Now, I still don't think a Lightning Lane is necessarily worth it for this. We did get let in very, very early compared to the rest of the crowd, which did fill up the entire theater. It was pretty packed towards the end of it. We were let in about 30 minutes before showtime, and then the show itself is about 25, 30 minutes. So that's a full hour of your day, 30 minutes waiting and 30 minutes of the actual show. So it's a big time suck. So if your time is really important to you, maybe don't get a Lightning Lane for this and just do standby. Or if you have the time, enjoy sitting down, enjoy taking a load off and just being in the AC, out of the heat and the sunshine, in the dark, and just enjoy that moment to like decompress for a little bit before you get to enjoy a wonderful musical. In the event that you guys don't have a lightning lane or you have time to kill, there are plenty of attractions in this park to go and enjoy without needing to book something, or they may not even offer lightning lane. You can just go do them. Now, even though I am running around getting these attractions done as quickly as possible because I'm challenging myself to do that, this is not a park that's designed to be that way. It's designed to be taken in leisurely and enjoy yourself. Now, speaking of lightning lanes, even though I can't book anymore in this park, I still could park hop if I truly wanted to, but let's see what's available here at Animal Kingdom at around 1:30 in the afternoon. Flight of Passage is that single pass attraction, which we were not doing today, and even if I wanted to buy it now, it's gone. Dinosaur still available, Expedition Everest still available, Feather Friends in Flight still available, Festival of the Lion King, Nemo, Tough to Be a Bug, Cali River's not till 5:10, so remember earlier I said that one goes quickly. So even though I wrote it at 9 a.m. because I made it one of my initial selections, it's not available now until 5:10, close to park close. The park closes at 6 tonight. Kilimanjaro Safari is available for right now, and Navi River is entirely gone. Now, in the event that these attractions do disappear, that doesn't mean that they're gone for good. Again, people cancel and change their mind all the time. They'll modify based on lunch reservations or other plans, or maybe they just don't want to do it altogether. But I definitely recommend being on the app, not super frequent, especially with this park, you don't really need to, but definitely check periodically because maybe the attraction you want or the time you want will pop up. Again, you don't need to obsessively check it every so often. I mentioned that in my EPCOT and Hollywood Studios video because that was a park that I was really just trying to maximize my time between the two, but I still wasn't like obsessively scrolling, because if you're spending all day on your phone in a Disney park, you're not doing your trip correctly. You're not enjoying your vacation. Spend time with your family, enjoy the time together, enjoy the food, the atmosphere, the theming, again, everything here like Animal Kingdom, enjoy that at your park. And still be on top of Lightning Lane a little bit, that way you can secure your attractions that you really want to do, because you want to make sure you're not wasting your money. I said earlier with Feather Friends in Flight that there are fewer show times during the day because it does star real animals. So it's hard to say whether or not it's a show that's worth a lightning lane. In general, I would say probably no, but there are more show times, and I think the shows are better for Lion King and Finding Nemo. So if you do choose to get one, make sure you get it before those other two shows, just based on those limited show times. So not a very great use of a lightning lane. There was plenty of seating, even when I got sat 20 minutes before the rest of the crowd came in. There's just not a huge draw for the show. I think it's a cute one, but there are far better shows. But anyways, we have one more show left, and that is Festival of the Lion King. So let's go use our final lightning lane. Now, like I said earlier, if there is a show in this park that a lightning lane is good for, it's gonna be Festival of the Lion King. I have, again, been in lines, or I've seen lines where they have a cutoff and they stop letting people in after a certain point. Smaller theater, popular IP, just overall amazing show. And it's one I actually considered making one of my original 3 that I started with today. All right, here we go, using our 9th and final lightning lane of the day. Thank you. That was a wonderful final attraction and a great use of a lightning lane. With Festival of the Lion King, you don't get to pick your seats. You all file in and they send you down. So being one of the first people in that theater was really, really beneficial because I essentially got first row aside from the reserved seats up front. So I think it's actually worth it to show up as soon as your window opens. That way you are one of the first people in there. But I love that show. It was great watching it and a really solid end to our day. Because we did it. We did all 9 lightning lanes in a single day. And honestly, it was pretty easy. I think I kind of tripped myself up a little bit by stacking too many too early. I just kept getting them and getting them and getting them because they were all readily available, which I guess kind of shows that maybe you don't really need it for Animal Kingdom. There's definitely some things I was able to skip along the way that were huge jumps in time, maybe go for the Lightning Lane single pass. Maybe purchase it for Avatar Flight of Passage, and then spend the rest of your day wandering around, soaking up Animal Kingdom, and just enjoying the natural beauty of this park. Because this is a park that doesn't really require you to run around like crazy and get a whole bunch of things done really, really quickly like all the other parks do. Again, if you are glued to your phone trying to constantly secure lightning lanes and obsessively refreshing, you're not using not only the system right, but your Disney vacation right. Yes, you do want to be on top of lightning lane, make sure you are picking the things when they're available and try to get those best attractions. But remember, you're spending a lot to be here. You traveled far to be here. You're here with your family or your friends, and they want to enjoy the day with you. So take a chance, unplug, enjoy whatever park you're in, regardless of which park it is, and just enjoy being here at Disney. Now, I have happened to use it at all 4 parks now over the course of 3 videos, and I definitely think some parks are stronger than others, but let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think that one park is worth it more than the other based on your personal experience, or based on what you guys saw me do. I don't have any future plans to make any more Lightning Lane videos, but let me know in the comments if you guys want to see more, because I enjoy using this system. I think it's fun to use. I like bringing you guys along with me to show you guys all the attractions in a very short amount of time. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys like our videos, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell so you get the updates on all of our future adventures. And as always, thanks for making memories with us. I've been Adrian. We'll see you guys next time. Bye!